Hey, everybody. Welcome to Three Fat Truckers. We're your hosts. Two of us are sober. Okay, one of us is sober. We're your hosts. I'm
Definition
Bill.
of sober. And I'm Dave.
And I'm sober.
He's moving refrigerators today. This ought to be interesting.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to welcome everybody to this stream here because this is our a bit of a do-over, a bit of a bonus because we streamed on Sunday and apparently, well, if I had three arms, I'd give it 3 thumbs down because it. Oh, God.
Sorry.
Sorry, folks.
Anyway,
Yeah, for those of you that listen to the audio only portion of the show, you probably, if that's the only thing you're listening to, then you won't have a clue what I'm talking about. But
it was a great show for them. They loved
yeah,
it.
one guy, one of the Mitcast guys, Josh, was saying that the audio was too low, so I'm gonna have to look into that. He said the theme song was fine, but then when we started talking, the volume was really low. And admittedly, though, he drives a garbage truck for a living, and he said it was the mechanical noise is pretty loud. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to
told I'm too quiet.
I've been told you're pretty loud all the time.
I had to back yours off, Dave, when I was making the audio only. I had to actually lower the volume on your feed.
People tell me that in restaurants, movie theaters,
waitresses,
waves,
mostly waitresses,
funerals.
What was the waitress's name, Dave?
Which one?
The
Lisa?
last one.
Cindy?
Tara?
Julie? Tara? There was a Tara in there?
That was a breakfast.
I didn't know we did it.
Last week,
yeah. Yeah, I've ate 65%.
Oh, I beg to differ. You've ate more than that, probably.
Yeah, but anyway, folks, this is our do-over episode, a little bit of a bonus. We're gonna kind of freeform it, and we got a couple of things to talk about, a couple of things to announce, a couple of things that we might have going on in the distant, not so distant future. One topic we're gonna get into today is old toys that we remember playing with as a child, and we got some.
And
pictures.
I don't know why they outlawed some of these. Man, they were.
I have no idea why yard darts are outlawed. For crying out loud!
It was just them couple that got stuck in their skull, but they got them out okay.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share my screen, and Dave's going to shut his phone off.
Ding!
We just got a message from the broadcasting, and they said we are receiving fine. Everything's up and running.
All right.
So
I mean, my phone.
That means Bill pushed all the right buttons this time.
Well, I automated it this time. See, when you stream to YouTube, you've got a couple of options that I didn't know. They should be on by default, but for whatever reason, they're not. And I'm sure people that are a lot more clever than me can. Fuck's sake, man. 62 going on.
No. That was the 50.
Oh, no. That was the 60.
No. That was the 50.
You can't prove it either way.
Oh,
so anyways, what we got here? What we got?
Okay, so let's get right into it. We're talking about old toys that we remember. One of our favorite topics of conversation when we three-way phone call. Calm down. When we three-way with each other, we like talking about things. One conversation that came up at some point was old toys that we remember that you don't see anymore. And so Dave did a little bit of work and dug some of these up. And
I
some
don't
of
remember this one at all.
I think
This one was in the 60s, and it had this little compellent stuff that you put in there, and it shot the balls. The only problem is it shot a fire out of it too. So
nothing wrong with that.
So
nothing.
So hold on. The thing at the back of it there, it looks like it twists. Is that like a flint?
That's the
That's where you-
canister you put it in to shoot. Yes.
No, right there at the bottom, where the handle is, like you grab for a gun, where your thumb
Yeah.
would be at the back. There's like a little thing that you
That
spin
is
it.
a flint.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
That
like-
is absolutely
That's
a flint.
like an early potato gun.
Basically, yes.
You know what I mean? I mean, we've all made potato guns. You can't say you haven't.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
but that's about the same.
So
deal.
what's in the canister then?
Probably gunpowder. Who knows?
Why
I
not?
don't know.
Well, we just use hairspray in the potato gun, but yeah,
We use lighter fluid. You put it in there and shake it up and
yeah.
let the vapors go to work and then light it.
Uh,
Poof.
Okay, next.
Yeah,
I know I can't scroll through it. It's his.
I know.
All right. The foam dart gun. This was something random, no doubt. Somebody.
Well, you look at that now. If a kid had that, the kid would get fucking shot by a real cop.
Yes.
I think
because
there's like
it
9
looks-
of these upstairs.
It looks like a real fucking. I mean, way it's all black, even with that red piece in the front, it still looks like a real gun.
Still looks like a real gun.
Yeah, we
And
kind of
shoot
went
foam
to a,
darts.
we kind
See,
of
on-
went to a
On the packaging, ultra cool styling.
Yes. But even don't you remember the cap guns we had? It had the little rolls of caps in it. And they looked
Oh,
like
yeah.
6-shooters. Those were some fun guns back in the day.
you're starting to see a re-emergence of a lot of this stuff in some of the toy stores again.
But the guns are like bright fucking orange or pink, or
Yeah.
that way you know they're not a real gun, kind of deal.
All right, so moving on.
There we go.
Everybody's favorite.
Nothing like getting a brain hemorrhage while playing
There
a
is
long game.
Absolutely nothing wrong with this game. Nobody ever drinks when they play games like this. I don't know what.
I remember throwing more than 2 though. I thought you had 3.
There were 3.
There were
I don't
3
know
and there
what-
was like a third color, wasn't there?
We used to grind take them on the grinder and put points on them.
Yeah,
And that's
because
why they're illegal.
I used to put a uranium tip on mine.
It's almost as bad as
painted mine red to look like there's blood on them.
it was almost as bad as us back in the day taking our BB guns and pumping them up.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were air fired and light firecrackers and drop
Oh,
them
I
down
shot a
inside
kid.
of it
I
and
shot a
shoot the
kid
firecrackers.
point blank with one, put the BB under his skin about an inch.
Yeah.
Oh, we used to shoot each other playing guns out in the backyard. It was
What?
it-
Wasn't it Larry the Cable Guy said I used to do that, and his sister blamed her cellulite on them shooting her with BB gun?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Go
All right.
faster, Bill.
Hold on. There we go. Okay.
Now
I
here's
don't remember this.
this was probably before my time.
I had
This
a
is
chemical.
before my time.
Did you have a chemical set, Bill?
Yes.
Chemist.
Well,
Yeah, it came with
there-
real chemicals too.
with the
that you
real
could mix.
chemicals, and you can make smoke and invisible ink and stuff like that.
No.
But it always had that one page that said, "Do not," and explicitly, "Do not mix these 2 chemicals together."
Well, yeah,
Well, you
right.
know
What's
damn well
first
the
fucking
kid-
thing you go and do?
Exactly.
First thing
Yeah.
you do is mix them together.
Next thing you know, everybody in the house is passed out because there's a fog in there, and you're making everybody sick.
Gosh sakes, atomic energy. Is this the one you were talking about, Steve, where you touch it and your hair sticks straight up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, made the
It was
static
sort-
electricity.
yeah. It was like that one ball thing that used to be able could touch with enough.
I keep wanting to call that a Jacob's
Electricity.
ladder, but I know that's not what that is.
No, but they still sell them like at Stoners and what's the
You
other?
sell it where?
But
Yeah,
It is, it's
stoners.
just-
Bully, man.
no, Spencer.
Yeah, you were
Spencer's.
stoned to go to.
That
But
was
it-
a
they still
Freudian
sold
slip.
They had them balls, and you could touch them, and the electricity would
Well,
like tingle away from your
that's
hand.
That's the new version. This is the
Yeah.
original one back in the day. The kids.
This is the one that gave you cancer
This
Yeah.
looks inhibitively expensive too for those days.
back in the 60s, probably.
This is probably
50
something only
think this was
only
more
Dave's
for
upbringing
50s.
could have.
Yeah,
Ah,
I
barely-
remember this one.
Yeah, let's take hot tools and melt stuff and
Yep.
not get burnt.
And
what
pull
was
it out.
this? The
You put
precursor to the 3D printer?
Well, they give you plastic, and
basically.
you put it in there, and it would heat it up and form it into like a boat or a car or something. But when it was done and you pulled it out, it was like 2,000 degrees. If you didn't have something on or like a oven mitt or a pair of pliers, fuck, you got burnt.
Oh,
It was just like the wood burner,
Yeah, I had
Give the
one
kid
of
the wood
those.
burn. Yeah, and it had like a 2-foot long cord, so you're right next to the drapes.
Yep. And all the door trims around the house had wood gravings in it.
Yep. This is how tall I was when I was 6.
hmm.
Go to your next one, Bill.
All right. What was it? Okay. Yeah. Now I had one of the. I had something like this,
Yeah, this is the Kim set.
but mine had the microscope.
See, this was the precursor on how to weigh your weed.
Yeah.
You can make a
That
lot
little
more
scale.
weed with this.
This
With
is you
scales.
can mix any one of these chemicals together as long as you weigh them out properly. Like
Exactly.
everybody did that.
Well, it came with like a little metal spoon, and it was like an eighth of a half ounce kind of deal.
Yeah.
And you scoop it, and it'd be like a dot, and you put it in there, and you mix something else with it, and it'd be blue, be green, and it'd change colors, and then it just starts smoking.
Cool. Did you put it in the electric train then? So it looked like you was.
I didn't really have that fancy one like that.
I
See,
had
the
electric
little-
train.
I remember
but it
the
had
little
little
glass
tablets.
on the right there, the glass test tubes with the corks.
Yes.
Yep. Huh. Next.
The next one seems kind of weird to me.
Now, I hate
It's
to
called
say
the
this.
6 finger.
It looks like it come out of the gay adult shop.
I'm just
See
thinking.
the attachments.
Yeah.
I can picture somebody walking into a club. I'm carrying a weapon. Guess where it is?
Put the screw. I'll be screwing you with that
Well, this-
attachment right there.
what wasn't this part of the James Dean stuff back in the early days?
You mean James Bond?
Okay, we'll go with him.
Why would you say Dean?
Well, because I meant
Okay.
Bond.
I know. Little Dave Heimer's happening, but we work around it.
It was
Me and
bound to
Bill,
happen.
me and Bill both speak Dave, so.
That's right. Only one
Wow.
Dave at a time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So this is the ass blowing, glass blowing set. So, So, this is probably
Okay,
not the same
it-
thing, but it
enough
reminds
said.
me of
Next.
the little shit. Dave and I was talking about this the other day or yesterday. The tubes you used to get that had the it was like this gelatinous type shit that was different colors.
Oh yeah,
And you
It's coming. Keep
Oh, is
scrolling.
it? Good dear. Good
That's the
deal.
where you can
Yes.
like blow bubbles. It's like a glue.
yeah, it come out of a
Yeah.
paste.
And it was
Yeah.
terribly toxic. I mean, it
Uh-huh.
smelled like you could
But
use
you
it
can
to.
still buy it at the dollar store. I think I've seen it not that long ago.
That figures. But this kid, the one kid's got his hand on this kid's shoulder and saying, "Hey, you're pretty good at
You
that."
can blow that.
All right, now this I
Now,
had. Now
right
this
there.
I had.
I see
Twice.
this. The thing is, everybody's got them because they're on TikTok all the time, doing all sorts of crazy shit, jumping stuff. Evil Knievel.
That's because it come back around. Bill, I forgot to post it. That one's not on here.
What's that?
Dang it. The one we were just talking about.
All
Send
the
me a
blue-
link to
blue.
it, and
I will.
Whoa.
I will bring it up another way.
Oh, there's Simple Simon
I had
Yeah.
all three
Everybody.
of these things.
and the punching. I just bought my grandson an Avengers Hulk punching bag.
Remember, had
Yep.
the sand in the bottom, pick them up, and
Yep.
you hit your sister with the whole thing.
Well, I must have hit her so hard she's gone. So I never.
Yeah,
had
you
a-
and Bill are only child, so you didn't have the fun of
Nope,
that.
Bill's not an only child.
Grew up an only
Not-
child.
Grew up an only child, but now he's not. So.
Yeah, that, and I didn't put the Hot Wheel on here, but boy, nothing could make better for an ass beating than a Hot Wheel track.
Well, there's the electric slot racer deal, isn't it? On the
Yeah.
right.
I had several of those.
Oh, I still have one somewhere in storage, dude.
I've got a small one over there in the corner of the basement. with all the other junk, and then the punching bags.
Yep.
Yeah. The speak and spell. How many American adults can owe their knowing how to read to this?
It would
little
never
device?
let you. It would never let you do bad words.
There's got to be a hack.
You tried, didn't you?
I
Everybody
wasn't much of a
tried.
hacker in those days. I don't think I had one of these.
I
Now
didn't
hold
either.
on. I want to know. Look behind both of them in the background. What the fuck is that?
It
See
looks
that
like a
wheel with the
you-
handle?
Yeah, that's what you roll out your patch when you're fixing your tube tire.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
That makes
Thank
And
you.
sense.
anybody
for it.
that's repaired a tire would know what I'm talking
Now-
about.
I would say I had one of these, but I was never small enough to fit in one. So I know I'm a liar.
So you tell your mom and dad you want a big wheel for Christmas,
And they buy you this.
and then you come out on Christmas morning, you got one of these fucking things.
No, not a big wheel. A mean machine.
Green machine. Are we coming
Green
to that,
machine.
Dave? Did you
no,
Oh,
buy
I
a
yeah.
did
green
not
machine?
find it.
Okay, so I
Ah.
had the green machine.
I can
I
bring
had
it
one
up for
too.
you.
Yeah, bring
I'll
that up
send you one.
too.
All right.
Yep.
there
we go.
Okay. You got
There's
Simon
Dave-
Says on here
There's
twice.
Dave's Easy Bake Oven.
That's
I don't remember him being green though, like that.
Or neither. My sister
I-
had a
an
purple
old
one.
one though.
I did have a $6 million man with the bionic eye. You looked in the back of his head, and it was like a binocular.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, moving on.
Matchbox cars. That's
Okay,
some-
now let me look at this because I know I must have had at least a couple of these. And
the one over there at the to top right, fourth one down, the forklift. I had one of them forklifts, and then all the way at the bottom, the purple one by the tractor. That was like that one. Oh, I don't remember what it's called. It was a motorcycle. Yep, some of those pretty classics.
this, of
Now-
course, this is some low hanging fruit.
Well, the one that made these famous as far as being funny was old fucking Jonathan Winters. You know, there's a spot on a cat. You're not supposed to them tinker toys. Don't you remember him saying that shit all the time?
Yeah.
Remember, I told you the Tinker Toys, the damn erector set had the metal with the screws and bolts and nuts and stuff, and little electric motors you put batteries on, and they'd move and everything.
Now this is one Dave was talking about earlier. He doesn't
them.
remember this.
I do. Shot
Yeah,
the
I do
disc.
too. I had one taken away violently by my dad.
Did you shoot your dad?
No, that was okay. What I did was I made a joke where I took it and I put it to my temple, like because somebody said
Oh.
something stupid and I pretended like I was gonna hit
Kill
myself.
yourself?
See,
Yeah.
the way this worked, Dave, is you loaded those discs in, and there's a
Yeah, they're
spring
spring
inside
loaded.
this thing
Yeah.
here.
And it would fill up that whole
And you could-
cartridge.
You could fucking unload on somebody with one of these. I might have had this exact one, but he was so pissed at me, he took it and with his bare hands snapped it in half. So
While he's holding a cigarette in the other hand.
hey, yeah, that was dangling out of his mouth.
Oh,
He took that shit seriously, dude, growing up. I mean, that's why kids from our era were safe around real guns because we were taught to respect them in a way like that, you know.
Oh yeah.
That and you
So-
had a dad around to do it too.
Yeah, therein lies the rub, huh? No, these are priceless.
Oh, yep.
These are not the droids you're looking for. These are not the droids we're looking
put-
for.
I put that up there because there was nothing more exciting about the first day of school, and you went and got a new
Had a new
lunchbox with the
lunchbox.
matching thermos,
Yeah, if you
and
wanted
you
your
were all
ass
ready
kicked.
for school. Oh, when I
You
went to
wanted your
school,
ass
they
kicked.
wasn't ass kicking over lunch boxes.
I'll tell you
Those
what,
were
I
the killers.
I remember having a Scooby Doo one, dude, with the mystery machine van on the outside.
Oh yeah,
Of course,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
talking to the kid that brought the Trapper Keeper to school.
You nerd.
I thought they were cool. I really wasn't. I mean, I'm into all this weird nerdy shit now, but back then I was just
Yeah.
as stupid as you were. But I
Uh-oh.
didn't know it.
Cider number 2 or
Oh, this
3.
is like 7.
Oh, well, you're catching up.
Mm.
Hold on. That's the crown opening back up, Bill.
I wonder how good the video quality is because YouTube is complaining that we're getting bad. Oh, now we're getting no data. I wonder
No
what that's
data?
about. The
I
bit
don't know.
rate is low. I'm gonna have
I
to learn
haven't-
how to do my own server.
I haven't got a message from Mike yet, so
He's not watching.
he done fell asleep.
He fell asleep, or he's watching something else, something better.
Porn.
Now this I haven't seen. Is this like shuffleboard or
Yeah, I don't remember this one at all.
rebound?
Two cushion rebound. That
Looks-
sounds like a drinking game, Bill.
Need to get a hold of one of these.
Two cushion rebound. Oh yeah. If they don't
That's-
come back to you, you got to drink. Oh,
Sounds like a couple of my favorite exes. So
Are
this picture is clearly from
kids?
like 5 years ago.
well,
Socket
No, I
top.
think I don't think they even make them anymore, do they?
Oh yeah.
well, my grandson has a set of boxing gloves that are the size of these kids that you blow up, and they beat the shit out of each other with them.
Yeah, my two older boys were violent like that. My replacement kids are not. They're far more studious, shall we say. But this little girl, I can't tell if she's aware of the ass beating she's getting ready to get, or if she's aware of the ass beating he's gonna get. I'm not.
Well, you see what level she's at. Mind you, he's probably 7, and his nuts ain't dropped yet. But she's right there.
You could still do a lot of damage.
Definitely a attention getter.
Yeah,
Yep. She's gonna punch him right in the fart box.
she's got lead weights in hers too. That's what that smile is.
Oh,
All right, before we get sued by those parents.
Well.
Now these, yes,
Now,
I do remember.
I have a
these.
question. I do too, but now they all have names on them. Mickey, Donald. Who the fuck is Pongo? Is that from the Dalmatians 101?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I
Huh.
had to think about it.
This one's missing the name plaque.
That's Jiminy Cricket.
Now what's this?
I think it's the donkey from Pinocchio.
Okay,
I'm guessing.
and of course, this.
Tell us about this.
Snow
Dave.
cone machine. Everybody had to have a snow cone machine.
I had one of these things that lasted less than a day because our ice cubes were in a tray. I didn't grow up rich like Dave did
Everybody's
with the-
ice cubes in a tray. Nobody had an ice maker when I was a kid.
Oh, there was kids down the street on the other side of the tracks. They had ice makers and air conditioning.
Well, we had air
If you
conditioning.
grew up with air conditioning, fuck you.
Hey,
Air
Bill,
conditioning to me
tell me
was
what you really think, would you
the
please?
fan in the
Don't-
window.
Don't
at night.
sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Air conditioning was in mom and dad's bedroom, and the only time you could use it's when you were hot. You could go
We
sit on the edge of the bed.
fan in the window.
As long as they weren't busy, right, Dave?
That's right.
What are you doing? Oh, we're wrestling.
The common wrestling that we all went.
Why do you
through.
always win, Dad?
Mom's easy to pin.
No, I had one of these. These are
Yeah,
really
we all do. I think you can still get a modern version
Oh,
of
yeah.
this because this is still. I used to make such a mess with these because sometimes I noticed if you used a pen that was kind of cheap, it would like the ballpoint would come
gum
out.
up. Yeah.
And
By the way, guys, technical support said everything's working and looks fine.
good.
Good.
Boy,
Thanks, Mike.
What a pleasant surprise
Yeah.
for once.
He wasn't sleeping on the couch, was he, Dave?
No, he fairly paying attention.
For anybody that's watching, participate in the live chat. I
Yeah,
wanna-
Nobody said anything yet.
Nobody
so
has said a word yet.
yeah.
I'm glad I paid for that $6 a month email too. Not a fucking person has done anything with that.
What we got here?
Okay, so
Her
Kerbangers.
bangers.
Do you
I thought
remember those?
Those was just the fucking knock balls.
Yeah, those are the original ones. Scroll in there as big as you can.
Gets blurry when I do, but yeah.
And it's even some foreign language over here. Bangers glow brilliantly.
Oh,
and
this is a Quebec version.
under black light.
Yeah, this is the Canadian version.
Yay!
So you can fuck yourself up and then get free healthcare.
Woo!
Now this I had.
I think I had. I can't
Yeah,
remember
I
for
had one of
sure.
these.
I think I had one, but I remember it because it was. Where'd Dave go?
So fucking unreliable, Dave.
There he is. He was gone for a second.
What'd you do,
I
Dave?
remember this because you punched the keypad.
Don't ask. Just keep.
Quit
Okay.
touching buttons, Dave. I don't remember what this thing did.
It programmed it. You programmed
Yeah.
it to go
Yeah,
forward,
and it would
turn
it would-
left,
yeah.
back up.
I don't know anybody back in these days with that kind of patience.
And now we're up to
That's it.
Mid America. There you
All right, so I'm not going to
That's
share
back
this
And
no
for the
more.
truck show. Yeah.
Whoa.
But what other toys did you have, Steve, that you
go. Okay.
did you ever do the Rubik's Cube?
Yeah, but you're gonna remember as soon as I say this one. Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I never
It was-
had one.
We would stretch two guys to grab on each side of that sucker and stretch him. I mean, you're like, oh, we got him broke because we try and break it. I mean, that's what you was up to do was to screw that toy up. And one guy grabbed one arm, one grabbed the other, and we would pull. I'm like, yep, it's done. Set it down, and eventually that sucker would start shrinking right back up to the way it was. I mean, I don't know what that shit was made out of, but
Bill,
Yep.
you want to join us?
Yep, right here. I didn't have a
There you-
Stretch Armstrong. My friend down the street had one. He had a big old barrel full of those He-Man toys too.
what about Thundercats? Remember that cartoon?
Yeah, he had the Thundercat. No, I did have a Lion-O.
Yeah.
Tech support says every time he tries live screaming, it comes up as air.
Who said that?
Mike, when trying to live chat, it keeps coming up as air occupation. So
Huh.
we're learning, folks.
Yeah.
We're still
yeah, we'll
debugging
figure it
this
out.
little system.
So. Oh.
The best part about this right now is watch Bill's face because he's getting frustrated. Because this is fun. Remember, this is fun.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I don't understand why it's got to be so obtuse. I don't see any settings where I can do anything about it, but
Hey, Mike, check and see if it's the settings on your end.
yeah. What'd you do, Dave?
I don't
Lord
think
have
he knows.
mercy.
I don't think he knows.
Well, anyway.
What other toys do you remember, Bill?
So I was big, and I've still got some of them. I should have brought some over here. They're in a bin over there in the corner. I had a lot of GI Joes when I was a kid, and
I remember the little plastic, like the little figures, plastic ones.
yeah, well, they were about, I don't know, 3
I had,
or 4
I
inches
had,
tall.
I had the
I'm-
real
I'm-
GI Joes.
I'm
that
thinking
played with
dolls.
Darby.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking
the
the
dolls.
Army men's what I'm thinking of, the little plastic ones.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
The-
no, I
The
had.
damn dog would always chew them up, and next thing you know, the dog's running circles out in the yard trying to shit one out because it swallowed the damn thing. And it looked like when you go out in the yard to pick up dog shit, it looked like there was a bunch of army men taking over a dog shit pile, climbing up like Mount Rushmore or something. They
Yeah.
just put a flag in the damn thing.
Take that mountain of shit.
So pretty much,
Well,
Pretty much
here's my
like-
favorite toy right there. Can't mess up a good old spam cutter. 3 Fat Man spam cutter.
That's why he was gone, Bill. He went to go get it.
so do you
Actually-
in fact have one of these spam cutters?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
right there in
yeah.
the box.
Let me open it
They
up.
ordered it.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Let's see what this.
And hey, Dave,
Yes,
grab
sir.
grab a can of Spam, put it on
Yes,
there, and let's
sir.
see it work.
See it work? Well, okay. Guess we're having Spam for dinner.
Well, we're breakfast tomorrow.
Well, that's true.
Oh, one viewer. I bet it's Mike.
Look, we have a nice wrapped in plastic to keep it all nice and safe. It's got a nice
Little
That-
banjo wire. Yep.
That
Yeah,
is
this-
actually perfect.
Well, you know.
and look, a can of Spam
There you go.
will fit in it perfectly. So there we go. Put it around the camera.
There you go.
And I just seen a recipe. Once you slice it with your Spam cutter this way, then slice it that way, and you have little squares, and you bread them, and then deep fry them, and you
Did
make
you
a
get
little
that?
sauce.
Did you get that one thing I sent you for the Spam fries?
That's what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
You bread
I
them.
seen that
and then you
other
deep
night,
Fry.
yeah.
Yep. And I'm like, oh. When I keep trying to,
I'm gonna
live
keep
chat,
sending
it
Dave
keeps telling
recipes.
me an error. So that's what Mike just said.
What's that?
It says when I keep trying to live chat, it just keeps sending me an error application. So
Well, tell him to log out and log back in on it.
Yeah, did you try turning it off and turning it back on again?
turn it off, turn it back in. And don't forget our nice tumblers, because Bill's stealing this one. His wife collects these. So
Yeah,
3 Fat Man tumblers.
my wife has a rather
Obsession.
respectable
Obsession.
obsession with these things. Oh my gosh.
Oh, what other toys do you remember, Dave?
Oh, probably some of the best toys I remember having is I had I had the vibrating football game where you put the little sponge in the quarterback and he'd always go the wrong way.
Yeah.
And I used to love
you-
playing with that.
Do you remember the thing? I think they called it a sit and spin.
Yes.
It was like
Yes.
a tiny little merry-go-round that you sat on with a little wheel in the middle.
Right.
I mean, you had to be a little kid to do it.
And then
But,
I
yeah.
remember one Christmas I got the football game where they didn't vibrate. It was like a carpet you laid on the floor out. It had the field, and then the men were, I don't know, 5-6 inches tall, and you could move them around. You had to do it all manually, but so
Here it is.
There's Green Machine.
there's
Yep.
the green machine.
I had one of these.
Yep.
That was a nasty little piece of hardware, and it got stolen from the back of my house.
One of them railroad guys took it.
Well, I'll
Now
tell you
the
what.
kids from the other side of the tracks used to come over and steal bikes and stuff back in the 70s.
That
and
was
early
because
80s.
they was from the other side of the tracks.
Yes, they were.
I'll tell you what. I do think that I can remember my favorite toy I got for Christmas one year. And it was probably lengthwise, I bet almost 2 foot long. And it was a black Trans Am, it was a plastic black Trans Am car. And it was right after Smokey and the Bandit, at that time.
Yep.
And it was big enough to where you could put Ken dolls, G.I. Joe,
G.I.
Barbie,
Joe's, yeah.
but it was a black Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am, this plastic car, nothing fancy. And I think that was like my favorite toy when I was a kid.
I had one like that with a fire truck I got, and they called it the Big Bruiser fire truck. And it
Did
was
it have
the
the
fire,
ladder
and I,
and stuff?
yes.
Yep.
And it was, we had one of them old furnaces back. This is when we lived in Ohio, that heated up in the middle of the room, and I parked it next to it. And I woke up in the morning and it melted it because it got so hot that night.
Never heard the fire alarm go off, did you?
Well, no, it didn't, just kind of just deformed it. It didn't catch on fire, nothing, but too close to the furnace. I was heartbroken. So I was probably 3, 4, 5, probably 5 in. So broke
That
my
reminds
heart.
me when I was little, my dad had a rather respectable LP 33 record collection, some old stuff, some original.
Did they get melted?
Well, we had those electric baseboard heaters that went along the floor, and I was getting into the record because we had one of those big back in the back bedroom. We had one of those big console style record players, and I was listening to them, and I had them all spread out all over the room, and I had a couple of them. There was about 9 of them actually laid over against that heater, and it melted them. And I mean, like some rare Hank Williams Sr. records and things like that.
How many?
So,
You guys had to live in an apartment at one time where you had the baseboard heaters and burn
yeah.
the bottom of the curtains because they always were under windows
Mm.
and stuff. Man, I had a couple curtains all disformed. I'm like, what the? Oh, dumbass, are against the heaters.
these
So-
heaters we had were like really low profile. They stretched all the way damn near from wall to wall, but they were only maybe 8 inches tall. So the curtains didn't quite go down all the way to touch them.
Huh. Let's talk about some new toys. 70s, 80s become the hit of the CB radio.
Oh,
Like you were saying, the CB radio become popular with the Smokey and the Bandit crew, where everybody
yeah.
had to have a handle.
Well,
We
and there
still
was a
use them
bunch of
today.
them that was on ham radios on base stations all the time, talking
Yep.
across the country. You know,
My dad had a giant bass. He had a set of Browning Eagles with like a 35-foot Moonraker set of beams, had a big stick out there with the lollipop microphone, and it would ping for like 2 minutes.
my father-in-law, this is what I remember about it. He had the antenna tower on the side of the house where you
Mhm.
would hook a tire rope at the bottom, unpin it, and let it go, and it would tip down. It pivot.
That's what ours did. Yep.
And he had a 30-foot stick on that, and he would stand it back up, and that thing was up in the air. I mean, 100 yards. I mean, it was way up there.
We literally
We-
threw the rope over the house so you could pick it back up.
Yeah. And I remember this because I didn't realize he had it till we were sitting in the kitchen, and he's always playing jokes. My father-in-law was always playing jokes and trying to scare you, bzz, you know, throwing firecrackers, you know. We're sitting in the kitchen, and it was raining out, and I didn't know at the time, but lightning hit that freaking CB tower. It come down the tower in the house,
Mm-hmm.
hit the electrical outlet where he had his base station plugged in. It blew the covers off the receptacles. Boom! And stuff flew across. We were sitting at the dining room table. That's where we was sitting, you know, have conversation. And that shit come across there, and I looked at him. I said, "What the hell did you do?" I didn't do nothing. I said, "You throw a firecracker at me?" He's like, "No." We get to looking, and the wall is smoking
Yeah.
from where that outlet had exploded. And I mean, I'm like, I've never had lightning hit that close to me before like that, but it scared the piss out of me.
I had
Wow.
one come through a TV once as a kid. Literally
Oh.
hit the antenna, come down, exploded the TV.
Yeah, I've never. That was the closest I've ever been to one like that, and it scared me. I didn't know what happened.
So it was, my dad
It-
had a
It fried everything in his house. His computer, the
Oh yes.
cordless phone chart. You know the thing the phone set. It fried everything in that
Yeah.
house.
My dad had a Johnson, a 5-channel Johnson. And he loved that radio. He said that thing was 18 watts. He could talk for 5 miles on that thing, and
Yeah.
actually loved it back in the day. We go
I
through
remember-
CVs today like water.
Oh yeah, I remember.
We do
having
at
a-
work, that's for sure. The
a
guys
20
can't hear each other. They take it in
Yeah.
the shop and get a new one. Like it's
Yeah.
not gonna fix the problem, y'all.
I remember having a 23 channel Robin
Yeah.
was the brand, and it still
Okay.
had I think it had
I had a
tubes in it
23
even.
channel Montgomery Ward.
What I think's
Oh,
funny
oh.
is all these rookies out here. I can't hear you, so they turn the amplifier on by going, "Oh, you can't hear me," and they scream into the microphone like that's gonna
Yeah.
amplify it.
Do you boys remember what channel the trucking channel used to be back when there were only 23 channels? I know
Wow.
what it is.
Oh, it was like 13.
9
wasn't
with always emergency.
it? Yeah, it was like 13, I think, or something.
10. Channel 10
10.
with the trucking channel. before they went to the 40 channels back when I was only 23.
Yeah.
So,
Everybody uses 19. Okay.
Yep.
Here, let's test you.
oh, we're gonna do this.
What's a 1033 there, Super
A
Trucker?
1033 is when I gotta go drop the boys off in the pool.
No.
That's a 10-100, by the way.
Well, 1036 is what? Want the time?
Time
Time.
check, yeah.
1033, there's an accident.
Yes.
1010 is what? I'm not going to give you all of them. You got.
I don't remember. I don't remember 1010.
1010, little friend. Nah.
10-10, CB friend, y'all come back. We do it again.
I don't remember that one.
Okay. Do you
42
remember?
is I concur.
Okay.
That's why
Mike
you get
sent-
them hillbillies. They come back with, I 42.
How much? That's good.
We're supposed to do state.
but what's more important is how people used to talk on these things. What them old chicken haulers they used to. Name it, my. I get bring that big old can where it don't over. Whoop whoop, truck it up.
10-4 rubber duck.
Okay.
Call me the rubber duck, and I got the hammer down.
Let's give you a little quiz here, boys.
Let's have it.
See which ones you know.
You got nothing.
Everything's got a nickname. Okay. Chicago. What do they call Chicago?
Windy City.
The Windy City.
Or Chi-Town.
Chi-Town.
Yeah, that's what
What
the
what
thugs
are they?
call it.
What do they call Detroit?
Motor City.
The motor, yeah.
Motown. Yeah. What do we call
Motown.
What do we call Kansas City?
KC.
Oh, I got you. Bright lights. Going out to bright lights.
Bright lights, yeah.
Bright
I
lights.
never. Yeah.
Yep.
I just-
How about Atlanta?
I
Atlanta.
don't-
That's just a nightmare.
The Big A.
I was just
Head
there.
down there to the Big E. Going down there, Big E.
Oh, Atlanta's called the Big
Uh,
E.
Big A.
Big A, not
Oh.
E.
What do
I
we
was gonna
call
say,
it?
when did they start spelling Indianapolis?
Yeah,
That's
What do we call the guitar?
that's Nashville.
Nashville.
Nope.
Yes, it is.
Memphis.
No.
That's the barbecue
Elvis.
city.
Elvis, Memphis.
Three
What do we
fat
call-
truckers can't remember shit.
What do we
No,
call the
they're-
the Derby?
That'd be
Louisville.
Louisville,
What do we call Choo Choo?
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga.
Okay, I know a bunch of them. So
All right, I'm impressed because I don't remember half.
Well, the circle
Uh,
was Indianapolis.
Right, Circle City.
Yep. What about gonna go to the Show Me?
Show Me City. Oh,
Should know
St.
the Show
Louis.
Me. Yeah.
Well, Missouri.
I thought that was the
Missouri.
Arch.
Oh, where's it at here? I had some looked up a while back here for you.
Yeah, you told me not to cheat, so I didn't.
Land of Lincoln.
Illinois.
Illinois.
Yeah.
Well,
Trying to
they
think of
use
one.
them. They used a lot of them in the old trucker movies. You know,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Rubber Duck.
Rubber
Pig, pig.
duck.
Rubber Duck. The CB handles with a classic. You remember your first one? My dad called me drummer boy because I played
I've had
drums in school.
I've had a couple. One of my buddies texted on one of the chats wanting to know and use my CB handle where I was because it was just you two on that first show. And he goes, "Where's Jelly Bean?" And when I worked at the one company, and that's why I did Jelly Bean for the longest time. And they always said,
Yeah,
"How'd you get that?" I said, "Well, I can come in about 10 different colors, and I would stick to her teeth."
Mm.
Hold on.
As they says.
Where's my
where-
thing?
oh yeah. I'm way. We can do better.
That's
than
not
that
the one I was going to go for.
I know. That's why I beat you to it.
Oh,
But
shit.
when I worked for the other company, they always called me barbecue because I knew where every barbecue joint was from here to Texas.
Well, that you do. That I'll
Because I
give
stop
you.
and eat at all of them. But yeah. So,
Love it.
but I think it was only really two. I don't know. And I can remember ones like I remember my mom, hers was Monkey Shine.
Monkey Shine.
Her
Monkey
husband
Shine. That's a
Monkey
good one.
Shine, and her husband was Porch Doggy.
God, I don't even remember mine that I
So-
used once I grew up. I just remember Drummer Boy when I was little and would go. My dad would get on the CB, turn the power up, threw TV up. We'd be trying to watch TV, and the lines would be going back and forth. Couldn't watch antenna TV.
Well, I can remember getting on the CB when I was a little kid, always in the truck, you know. I'm like, hey, break 19, can I get 1036? And then you get a driver to answer you. What you doing, little feller? Because you could tell as a kid, you know, on
Yeah.
the CB. And some of them were nice. They talk to you for a little bit, you know, hey, you know, what you doing? Oh, with mom and dad in the truck, you know. And they're like, oh, hey, well, you be careful, little feller, you know. And now if you hear a kid on the radio, some of them are just assholes. I'll tell you right now. I mean, they're
Mhm.
not nice to them or nothing. And
Well, most
I don't know.
kids, most guys don't have radios anymore. I mean, it's
yeah,
you know, most of these truck drivers don't communicate with CB, and
the only time
I
they
don't
turn
know.
them on is when the traffic is stopped. And you hear
Yeah.
everybody ask the same question. Hey,
what's
what's
the
going
hold
on?
up?
What's going on over there northbound?
Westbound, why are we stopped?
And then you hear the old timer on here. Well, if you had your fucking radio on, you'd have known. You
Oh,
son
for
of a
God's
bitch, you know?
sake! Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
and they're
Motherfucker,
old
you
and
didn't have
grumpy.
yours
Oh,
on
yeah.
either, so shut up with
Exactly.
that
They're old and
bullshit.
grumpy. They're old and grumpy about the whole
Mouthy,
situation.
Stupid.
And then you'll get a couple Rambos. Well, I'll kick your ass. I'll kick you out. You've probably been at this for 6 months. I've been doing this for 60 years. You know, and I'm
yeah,
like,
you've
oh
been
my
fucking
God.
up for 60 years.
Some of it's just funny to listen to.
Yeah.
And then you'll
Chocolate
have
clock, who wants it?
then
Talk
you
to
got
Teddy
the-
Bear. Come on, boys.
you got the guy that always
I
comes
like
on
the
there.
way you handle your flatbed.
I ain't got no panties on.
Yeah, you got panties on. I know you do.
And
I
the first
know
thing
you do.
the first thing I say is, why can't you get your diaper over them?
Love
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh,
Yes.
it's amazing what some of them idiots say, but
Well,
and there's
I
all
gotta
kinds.
admit, I drive a very brand new truck. It's got all the bells and whistles on it, and
Nothing but the
I look-
best for Dave.
That's right. He
I look
has
at
the
these
chrome knee
guys-
pads with a briefcase and polish.
I look at these guys that drove those old gas trucks
I hear, hey
that
Bill,
went across Pennsylvania, and I raised you.
God, drinky Smurf.
So those were truck drivers. We are just car drivers.
Car drivers with a trailer.
Yeah,
And-
just a big trailer. You
Nice
hauled.
to
You
get
did
paid.
livestock, didn't you, Bill?
What's that?
Or no, Steve, you did livestock.
yeah, I done
my
some
da-
livestock. My neighbor
Yeah.
used to haul. Well, he still does. A little bit of everything: hogs, veal calves, fat heifers. You know, a little bit of everything.
We're not talking about your date. Leave the fat heifers out.
And they need loving too, Dave.
Well, I know that. My dad used to haul hogs for an uncle of ours, and he had a. This was way. I was a little guy. I was 5, 6 years old. Remember getting back there, and my mom would have. I'd have that hog shit everywhere on my pants, on my everything. Stay out of the trailer. I'd be back there playing.
Dave, you got to watch them, the pigs, because they have them long eyelashes, and they'll look at you and wink them at you, and get you all
Yeah.
excited. You got to watch it because they'll squeal on you.
I know. Yeah, they'll squeal on me right to my barbecue pit.
The funniest thing I ever heard, we were going up to Detroit to load of veal calves, and
I don't know,
Me-
but Bill's reading awful serious concentration look
Me-
on his face.
me and
That or
another.
he's on the poop bucket, one of the two.
Well, I'm looking for that Simon Says game for Linux on
Oh.
here.
Oh,
Yes, we use Linux.
Me and another guy was going up to Detroit with a load of veal calves, and we was talking back and forth on the radio. and
milk fed.
this this other gentleman's like, what y'all got on, you know? And it was we got some thumb suckers on here. Well, what's that? I said, you never know what a thumb sucker is? And he's like, no. I said, well, pull up here beside, look in the trailer. He gets up there, he said, well, they don't suck thumbs. I said, you pull over, I'll let one suck your thumb, and you tell me.
Wasn't there
And,
a movie? Wasn't there a movie?
Oh
where they
yeah,
tortured
Cowboy
the guy?
Way. They
Yeah,
get
they
him on the
tortured the
fence and pulled his
guy.
pants down.
Yeah,
Cowboy
so-
Way. Cowboy
Said,
Way.
You want to talk now? What? That cow can't do nothing to me. Okay.
Yeah, yep.
You thought that cat had a rough
They,
tongue.
they ain't got no teeth, but them gums will tear you up. Won't they,
Oh.
Bill?
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, I don't know.
I ain't Bill. I
Don't
know
go. Don't
either.
go with the teeth jokes. Come on.
Oh, everybody knows by now.
We know Bill's not a thumb sucker.
No.
No, I go straight for the teeth. I mean,
The teeth.
The teeth.
oh Lord have mercy. Okay, so
So
I think
what kind of
this show's
CB you
rolling
got
a little,
now?
rolling a little better than the last one. So
well now
yeah,
I got
we're-
I
we're-
just have the company Cobra 29, but I replaced I put an A-static mic on it. I usually get the
well, anything that's
Road
got
King
noise canceling
56.
mic usually makes any radio sound better. I mean,
yeah, but those Cobra mics are just shit. They always
Oh,
have
yeah.
been. I
yeah.
don't know why there's never been any
I got
effort.
a Road King on mine right now. I'm about ready to change it to an aesthetic, but
Well,
I'm running a Galaxy
trade you.
99 regular ham radio is converted, and sometimes it's nothing.
Yeah, Steve. Go ahead and spill the beans. Tell everybody what you just paid to have that.
$104
What did you get?
A
Just a
week
peek and
ago?
tune?
just to no. The guy opened it up and he's like, "Who the hell has been in this thing? It's all fucked up."
Of course he did.
And I'm
Saw
like,
you
well,
fucking coming.
well, gee, I love spending money. Just fix it. I said, well, it cost me $80. I said, well, fix her up, you know.
This was
Some
a
80
week
bucks
ago.
are more than others. Some 80 bucks are a
And
hundred some.
he had,
Yeah, this
well,
was
it
a
was
week
$100
ago.
and some. He had to fix a wire and microphone and shit. But I mean, it seems to be working better than it did. But that Galaxy, I've never been happy with it the day I've ever got it. And this guy's like, "Oh, it's the best radio ever. Don't you ever get rid of this radio?" And I'm like, "Well, you want to buy it?"
Well,
Yeah.
it's funny. You get the Ford guys that say, "I only buy Ford best vehicle
Oh,
out
I'm
there,"
sure.
and then you
Everybody.
get the Chevy guys out there who's like, "You're full of it. Chevy builds the best car only," and then right down to the Dodge. Everybody has a preference.
Yeah,
And I
they
like
do.
one that works every day. As
Yep.
long as it works every day, I like it.
So what radio
Yeah.
you got? Company radio too, or did you put one in your truck?
Nope, I still company radio, company mic, brand spank. It's only a year old.
Oh, I'm
Ain't
getting
worth
ready. I'm getting ready to pull mine out and put the Cobra back up there in it, and just it is what it is. I'm tired of screwing with the one I got, putting money in it. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got an 88, or is it a 99? The one with the swing meter.
if it's got the regular,
Just-
like the same meter as your Cobra, that's an 88. If it's got the big meter,
The big
That's a
swing
nine-
meter. Okay,
that's a
the
99. That's what I got.
Except it doesn't have the side channel. It was the one they came out with that looks like
So
the
it's a
90.
959 or something.
Okay, that's the one
Yeah.
I got.
Yeah.
And I've not hooked it up in years because I don't want it stolen.
Oh, just ask a couple guys in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Well, why would you want to use something and own it?
These sound effects are all oh,
That would
boy.
be the guy laughing right now.
Oh hell yeah. Well, what do you think, guys? Should we wrap this up? We're getting kind of
Oh, we
Close
got
on
another
time
7
here.
minutes. Well, I'm sure we got some more yucks.
We got some, yeah. Come
give us a
on.
joke. Give us a dad joke for the Jesus Christ. I'm gonna disable that shit. For real.
A dad
For real
joke.
though. Give
A
us a
dad
dad joke. I
There's
see
a
him
lot of bad dad
frantically
jokes out
looking in his phone.
Who, me?
there. No,
Siri, give me a
Uh,
He has a couple.
give me
He has a
quick
couple
joke.
1960 joke books that are so inappropriate. I'm embarrassed just
Well,
knowing he owns them.
yeah, I know.
They are
6 playbacks.
6.
Yeah,
Woohoo.
6. I didn't know I knew 6 people.
Mm. Don't count the 4 we paid.
I was
Come
just
on.
gonna say I thought I knew 4 and 2 of them are on here.
and one of them's become our technical advisor.
Mm. Yeah, our
Mike-
background support
We,
staff.
Hey,
we need to call this three fat truckers and a fat scale guy.
The
Hey.
scale- yeah, the scale master.
I got some news for you.
Yeah.
2 men broke into a drugstore and stole all the Viagra. The police put out an alert Be on the lookout for 2 hardened criminals.
Hardened criminals.
Hold on. Normally, you assholes don't laugh at my jokes.
We figured
That
you
one was
needed
good. That was good.
that was a good one.
What's the
Yeah.
difference between kinky and perverted?
The
Not-
knot.
Kinky is when you tickle your girlfriend with a feather. Pervert is when you use the whole chicken.
Yay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Give us one we ain't heard, Steve.
A naked man broke into a church.
that wasn't
Police,
that
the police chased him around and finally caught him by the organ.
ouch.
Golfer's clap.
That is true a dad's joke right there.
Hey, here you go. Why did the sperm cross the road? Because I put on the wrong sock this morning. Bill. Bill's a sock user, folks.
I'm not.
I am not. You're not blaming for me. I was never in the drawer with the socks.
Because if there's no sock, there's no evidence.
Okay. We are equal offenders here. So, what do you call the lesbian version of a cock block? A beaver dam.
Okay.
Jeez.
That one's pretty bad.
That was
So,
bad.
Bill,
Yes.
how are we doing on Discord? Isn't it working well today? Or
Discord.
we're not using Discord, are we? We have.
We're
Hey.
using Jitsi, and everything seems to be as good as it can get.
Hey, Dave, this is for
yeah.
you.
For me,
What's
Live.
long, green, and smells like bacon?
long, green, and smells like bacon.
Kermit the Frog's finger.
Yay. See, because his girlfriend's a pig. See, and his finger. Dave, keep up with
Yeah,
me.
I got.
Okay.
I'm working on.
All right. Well, we
Yeah.
got to get out of here, folks.
Wasn't that Miss Piggy? Miss
That's it.
Piggy.
That's the one.
I don't know, Dave. What
That's
do you
the
call
one.
her? What do you call her, Dave?
I call it bacon. It's called stock exchange pork belly.
All right, we're gonna get cut off.
Oh,
So
well, hold on. Hey, Dave, my one buddy, his name was Consuelo. That's
I
because her
couldn't either.
Consuelo to the ground.
Wah,
That-
wah.
Yeah, we're
There we go. I thought.
All
it
right,
was
well, folks,
more-
we got to get out of
more of
here.
that one.
We're getting ready to
Hey
get cut
guys,
off.
thanks for listening to
So
us
we want
today.
to
Even
do a
though
quick
it was
Oh, hey, before we forget, I don't know if we mentioned this earlier. Mid America Truck Show, possibly next year.
yes,
Yes.
It's
Yeah, we'll
coming
talk
up too
about
soon
that more
for us
next
here,
week, though.
But yeah,
yeah.
yep, little
So-
teaser.
But if you get a chance, go on down there, guys. It's quite a show if you haven't been to it.
Great time.
Yeah.
Right on. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bring on the comments and the emails. Show at 3ftpodcast.org. We appreciate everybody's input. We appreciate everybody that watches. I would
Amen.
say we do it for you, but we don't. So
Throw the
it.
website out there too, Bill.
yeah.
That's
Oh yeah.
it.
The website is 3ftpodcast.org.
And this is
Dave.
Bill,
and not sober.
Steve.
Have a good weekend.
See you, folks.
Thanks
Thanks,
folks.
guys.
Bye. Are we stopped?